biggest trading shifts of my career. In this video, I'll show you what was the exact shift that also shifted my performance. I want to help you do the same. So, fitting your trading strategy and all your trading processes with your personality. And finally, explain a little bit more of what is this concept of trading in the zone. So if you're interested in mindset tools to improve your trading performance, click the like button and hit subscribe and like. So as I was explaining in the first years of my trading, I was trying to make swing trading work for me. And it was taking me so much of myself, so much of my self-confidence and resources. So one day I said, there's something that clearly needs to change here because this is not working. And from that frustration, I turned it into this adjustment where I changed to day trading. Same setup, same strategy, risk management, just executing it on a lower scale. I was opening and closing trades at the same time, and that made a difference. And the problem I figured it out wasn't with discipline. It was misalignment. And this misalignment was because my role models at the time were coming from social media, and they were all doing swing trading. And they were also highlighting all the benefits of swing trading, which is great, but it made me
about 5 minutes to market open.
So at the time, I didn't know much traders doing
Good daily range to the sell side here.
This change. It's like a new world of possibilities opened
They have a kind of relatively quiet zone. So I'm gonna see if price can react off this level. If this level do get and crash us.
At the time when I made the shift, all the dots started to connect. Someone who thrives with control, and that can make it from structure. Very strong.
Go for the previous day's low.
Also, I never enjoyed idea research, so I don't even know why I was doing it and forcing it in the first place. I enjoy much more one entry model, one type of managing my trades, and one exit plan. That's how I do the best. So no wonder swing trading was not working for me. And I see these exact same things happening with the traders I coach or that I connect to. So, for example, someone who thrives with structure, they are following the descriptionary approach for no reason. Or someone who's a morning person, they are trading on the PM session, like if you are in Europe, that would be the New York. Or someone who's a fast-paced decision maker, is trading on a higher time frame, longer term approach, holding trades for days. Or someone who values simplicity is trading a highly complex model. And the traders who reach out to me for coaching, they are often in this low self-confidence loop. They are second guessing themselves. They don't know what to do. So that's why they reach out. Why are they in this cycle? Because they are operating outside of their strengths, outside of their
nature.
Quick pause here. I am going to host a live webinar on July the 5th on how to stop self-sabotaging your trades and urges in the moment. We're talking about emotional regulation and impulse control. And I want to be clear that this is for traders who already have their strategies but find themselves repeating the same trading mistakes over and over again despite knowing better. So if you are a beginner, if you're still figuring out your strategy, this webinar might not be for you. And if you find yourself stuck in the same self-sabotaging loop, then I will leave the link in the description below for you to reserve your spot and make the best of this opportunity. See you there. We all know the book Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas, and by In the Zone, you've probably been told that in order to become a successful trader, you need to change who you are. What if this advice is keeping you stuck? Most traders believe they need to fight their nature in order to become disciplined. But the truth is, lasting change doesn't come from rejecting who you are. It comes from knowing how to leverage your strengths to give your best at the charts. In this video, You will learn exactly how to do just that. Did you ever felt like you're trading on autopilot? You make the same impulsive trades again and again. You break your rules, and then at the end of the day, when you revisit your journal, you beat yourself up again and again. And the cycle goes on. You tell yourself, I need to be more disciplined. I need to be more patient to wait for the setup or to take my profits. I need to change my habits. I need to change who I am. But no matter how much willpower you use, the same mistakes keep repeating. You might be able to reduce impulsivity in a phase of your trading, but then there's always a day where that impulsivity takes over and the cycle repeats itself. Why? Well, there are a lot of factors playing in to this cycle, but in essence, what you're doing is fighting against yourself instead of playing to your strengths. Most traders approach self improvement as a means to change their identity. They think that success means forcing themselves to be more patient, more confident, more disciplined. And they treat trading
About 30 minutes to the open.
against their
As you can see, we
identity. For example, let's take the
very
rebel
close to
personality.
the
Most
second
people
impress of the
thrive on
previous day,
independence, freedom, autonomy. So when they start trading,
which means
they
the
have
first 30
all the
minutes could
tools
be
they
a
need
bit
to
shaky.
why they feel limited. And this triggers them in a certain way to revenge and impulsive trade. So there's this tendency to fight the rebellious side. But they are truly fighting against their nature. So that
Order filled.
the rebel always takes over
I've been tagged in.
sooner or later. And this is because the more you suppress your natural tendencies and your motivators and drivers, the more they get repressed, and then sooner or later they come to the surface. And mostly this means a blowout day where a one time trigger comes up and you go from 0 to 100, you explode, revenge trading, oversizing. It's never a small mistake. Now, here's the real reason why working against your natural tendencies and motivators doesn't work. It's because your strongest trading problems are often misused versions of your biggest strengths. Take one of my clients, let's call him Josh. Josh had this deeply ingrained belief that he couldn't give up. Something like, if I give up, I'm a failure. And this same belief helped him build a lot of success in his life. He had a business, he had, a happy family, he was working out every day, so he had a lot of discipline outside of the charts coming from this driver. But in trading, after a loss, he would try to make it back by revenge trading. He needed to push through pain. He also felt like walking away from the charts was giving up, and this would lead to big losing days where he would struggle to recover. And finally, after weeks of recovering to the break-even stage, he would repeat it all over again. So it was really frustrating cycle. Now, does this mean that Josh needed to replace this belief? Now, if this belief was helping him so much outside of the charts, why would Josh want to change completely his belief? That's not the point here, because it was a strength of him. It was helping him. He needed to reframe the meaning he was giving to the belief on the charts. So this meant that Josh needed a full reframing. He needed to see walking away from the charts as a bold move, as a protection rather than giving up. And he needed to reframe his strength as not pushing truth, but knowing how to work smartly. And this applies to every trader. There's always an ingrained belief you have, and I challenge you to look within and understand what is this belief.
That's interesting.
That has been helping you outside of the charts, accomplishing whatever you did, but in trading, it revealed as something you need to overcome. You need to change. And I see this with a lot of my clients. They tell me, they ask me, Sarah, do I need to change who I am in order to succeed in trading? I don't want to change this belief. It's been so helpful for me. And the answer is, instead of fighting your natural tendencies, first understand what they are. Your biggest motivators, your biggest drivers, core values, and core beliefs. And then
If you run out the pre-New York lows, I'm gonna go break even.
Pros and the cons. So the benefits
Because now my
and
entries are
the cons
above
of this
the
same belief.
body.
You might find out that
So as
outside of
long
the
as we
charts,
don't
there's a
flip
lot
in
of
the next 2
benefits,
minutes, my
on the
entry should
charts,
be
not so
cool.
much. But you still don't it, then you want to understand how you can channel this belief in a more productive way. Now, I want to give you a 3-step process in order for you to put all this knowledge that we've been talking so far into practice. So, the first step is I want you to think and look within and understand what are your 3 biggest motivators or core values. So, I want you to look at past challenges, especially those tough decisions that you had to do in your past experiences, especially those ones that are this or that. What was the core value you grounded yourself in order to decide? And looking at your past experiences, this is of great help to really understand what's been moving you. And for some traders, this is a drive for action. For others, is a drive to others. For others, what gets them out of bed is overcome challenges, mastery of a specific skill for their family. So we all have our specific motivators. And the key here, they are not something that you want to change.
This person,
need to change.
God will down there for us.
We need to get to know them, and then we want
Does it happen
how can we make the best use of them? How can we leverage these motivators that are already there for a long time in the best way in your trading? So that's step number 1, understanding your 3 biggest motivators. Now, step number 2 is look at these 3 motivators and ask yourself, how have they been playing out in your trading? So, for example, a very common client study that I see is the drive for action. So these traders have this activator theme playing out in their past life. It helped them tons. They achieved milestones. They got businesses successful. They have their workout. They don't miss physical exercise. They are very disciplined, and they just like. The thing is, when they start trading, there are variables they cannot control. So it means that this strength is conditional. It's conditional as long as they have control over all variables, which in most skills outside of the charts, you do have. So they were driving with that activator theme. Now, on the charts, there are variables you certainly cannot control, like the market, what price does after you enter a trade, the flow of opportunities, right? So under these specific conditions, these traders struggle a lot. So they take impulsive trades. They want to reclaim control. Now, the question is not how can they change their motivator, which is this action, this drive for action, and channeling it in a better way. And that's step number 3, which is reframing how you are utilizing your core value or your motivator. And picking up on Josh's example, my past client, he reframed pushing through pain as pushing through the discomfort of doing nothing. Not only that, but he defined what doing nothing meant. Doing nothing doesn't mean that you are not taking trades. So the notion of inactivity was tied to not taking trades, but as a matter of fact, you might be an observer of price action and you're doing a lot. So the key is in reframing how you are utilizing these motivators, not getting rid of them. And other common examples are, for instance, if you have freedom as your core motivator, this normally creates a contrast to follow rules. Traders find themselves breaking rules again and again. Find a way to reframe rules. What's your notion of rules? What do they mean, and how can you be flexible applying these rules? Because rules can be seen in a strict way, but they can also be seen as guardrails. Maybe this is a more flexible approach that will not clash with a belief that have been playing out throughout your entire life. If you are driven by achievement, maybe you want to reframe this instead of short-term outcomes. You might want to start to track process-based metrics and create process-based goals. And once you have these metrics in place, then you can, place goals around these and make them your achievements. day after day. This is a much more way for you to have a direct hand in your trading. Once you do this, trading becomes easier because you are playing with your nature, with your strengths, not against them. So if there's a takeaway I want you to leave this video with, that is you don't need to change who you are. You need to get to know yourself, and if some of your core beliefs and values have been unproductive in your trading, reframing how you see them. The reason most traders struggle is not that they are broken, is that they haven't learned what are their strengths on one hand and how to leverage them on the other. But when they do, when you do understand your
I'm
core,
here for break
how you
even.
can
I'm wait for
use
price
this
to
to
run
grow,
this high.
your
Close
trading
above
will
first, then
stop becoming a fight because you're not fighting against yourself and against your core and what you believe in and your emotions. There's more self acceptance, less resistance, less friction, and your trading flows much better. Now, if you found this helpful, I would appreciate if you would click the like button and let me know in the comments what is one core value that have been playing in your life and that you can productively utilize it in your trading. And if you want to dig deeper into self knowledge and maximizing your strengths with one on one coaching, I have my peak performance trading program where I work with traders one on one. They normally already have their strategies, so this is about leveraging your execution and your performance with your existing badge. If you are interested, I will leave the link in the description below where you can fill out the qualification form and then hop on a call with me to talk more about your interests, your goals, your problems, and discuss ways of working together.
Order filled.
now I'm just gonna wait for price to react to these levels now. This could be a low of the day. That's the daily wick for not area. If we can close above, start looking for them buys, man. If we don't, then I do nothing, But the moment we close above, that's me. If we weak the high, then close back below this 15 of this midpoint, then I'll be looking to take this down some more. But I don't know for but damn point. Sorry. So relative equal highs right there. Relative equal highs here. Relative equal highs here. Just pull back down here. Check this out. If we come down and retest, you can expect a slow morning session as well. There's a 1 minute fair value gap. I wouldn't mind buying inside. And pullbacks. Alright. Cool. But it's what we want. If they close above, then we're active. That's the idea for now. If we can close above, that is. I've got a little cushion as well to trade with. See how the phone below the day at the midpoint of the previous daily week. I found it. Now it looks like they're gonna go run out London highs without pulling back. The low forms at 564. The closed at 564 too. Interesting. Quilly, you did chat. Should have double, tripled up, then closed me. Even my Rams. If the price will pull back for us, that'll be wild, but let's see. Alright, perfect. We've closed above now. We formed equal highs. If price can just pull back for us, that'll be amazing. This is the midpoint for now. Okay, no, it's not. It's not. The body is right here. So can we come a wick below the body? Or is price just going to use half of the body to keep going? If that's the case, the price is telling us that they might form another fair value gap right here. And if they do that, it's not too high for me, Anything below the 50% right here is a go. So Only thing I'm thinking of now is if I should try an entry right there, but I'm just tired of, I've done an immediate rebalance now. I've still got 5 minutes till the 9:30, 10 o'clock, first 30-minute trading hour. Come on, man. Tag me in.
Order filled.
Let's see what price does now. Once the 30-minute candle closes, I'm going to have to pay attention to the body and how we react. Until then, let's just let the trade play out. You know what I'm saying? We had a very, very minor sentiment price, so we can expect consolidation. Should I just take 100 points? Aquila active. That's you don't pull back for boys. We'll just see like this. Drawing price is this equal high right here. Alright, so we have a minute now. So I'm gonna come from here. Go regular trading hours. Um we are inside of macro. The first macro of the day actually. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Alright. I wanna see price close above this line. Right there. This trade might take a minute to play out, to be honest. Guys, mute myself 1 second. They don't cook me. That's what I'm saying. I don't like that reaction right there, man. I don't know if that means I should just close once it got down rejected, but we'll see.
Order filled.
I'm still watching price. I'm still, if you can still go back above this, I'll still be looking to buy it. For buyers rather, so. That's my initial sell side liquidity. It's like now they want to go to my sell side. Of course. It's alright. It's like anticipated consolidation now. No complete sweep. Okay. So underneath all these lows, we have this fair value gap. So I buy that, would I be wrong? Seven, 7, 17. Alright, now that we've run out the low, are we gonna reject this and keep selling off? We've already extended. One more low. and then we can start looking for buys. And if it doesn't give us what we're looking for, then we don't do nothing. Quilly máa lọ yí nǹkan báyìí sìn tó ń ṣe wọn. Alright, it's the end of the macro. Can we get one more sweep? This could be the true loss. Running out this low, taking out this high, and going down again is already a low probability there. Now, my error was stop loss was 2 points. So, that calls for higher leverage. Should have paid off because so long will be done. It's alright. You're right, mate. And for your background. I'm just gonna use alerts for this bit. So let me know when you're going up. Shit. Quilly wait. I'm already connect again. Where did this feel really good? Just want to meet. I mean, my last trade as well, yeah. Honestly, we got the way here. It's 100 points. Got some bulls going on. Let's see. There's a way I can see price continues to sell off. Am I a big fan of that? Nope. because we just ran the initial sell side liquidity now. We should be attacking midpoint again and closing above first to go. This video, but say for 5 minutes. I really want us to trade back into the fair value gap from the previous day. Got this fair value gap. It's interesting. We might be getting some more buys. Might be getting some more buys. Last but not the least, I want price to close above this midpoint first. There's something going on. We go 5:30. It'll be 30 minutes and we need to close above this one. On a 30-minute basis, actually. So there's nothing that screams buy just yet. Although the draw is to the top side. Okay. So all of this here is It's looking like right back here. Use that 5 minute OB to start pushing, Sean. There's nothing here. Back and forth price action. Just keep selling off. Keep selling off. I think I'm not doing me. Maybe if I see a fella like that, there's fella like that. Maybe. Even then, gonna still be thinking the one so I'm stuck today, boy. From cities. I take a sell. It's not with confidence. Although I do have stuff I tell but down here. Stuff I draw liquidity. That's why I'm like, if they give me a fair value gap, then I'm not. I have to trade into this fair. Let's see what happens. The same level I would have got from is where it's selling off from, which makes sense for bears. I'll be selling from there. So this IFBG here with the fair value gap, cool, but 400 points to here still. Saying if they give me a very fair value gap, then I might try it. Let's see if they give us a fair value gap. I'm not confident at all with this. Yeah, there we go. Honestly, I'd rather look for buys. So even be better if we can close the gap fully. Because honestly, I want to buy this shit. We still got time. Not really. Now we have the first time. Go do aside. So you could use that as another block actually. Alright, immediately balance. Once again, no fair value gap, no entry. Lockdown side, even I draw my ego. It's an offer, nigga, nigga. Of course, past the benefit. You know, they stress me, soft life too sweet. You know, the plural. Everything, is only me long. Everything, wonderful. Probably gonna buy this more stuff. So yeah,
Order filled.
$7, 4, 7. That's really good. That'll be a big RR if price can give that to us. So, let's get some speed. I think stops below this candle seems logical now. Let's see if we can take those equal highs. We are add this. Now we have a breakup, value gap. Take off. Mhm.
Order filled.
That's a huge club. I think you need some morning session. If you get that type of the sentiment price was about 2. We had a big range yesterday.
Order filled.